Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing StasisVault versus Erhnamgeddon. Here we have the basic time vault deck, 3 time vaults, 3 recalls, 4 twiddles. Here's the Erhnamgeddon deck. Got a balance, Armageddon, regrowth. Also have the Sylvan Library, land text, and fast bond in there. I threw that in there. Got a Library of Alexandria as well. All right, here we go. StasisVault versus Erhnamgeddon. I call it a StasisVault trapped in time is what I call it, but. Alright, starting out with a forest with Erhnamgeddon, and then a Black Lotus. I've only got 2 Lotuses, so I got to alternate which deck I put them in. Here I got to draw my card, but he forgot he wanted to do a time vault, so I went ahead and let him do it. My son did make a couple mistakes during this video, but I worked with him to help him learn. Alright, first turn, island into a Black Vice. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, that time vault, that Ice Manipulator is a reprint of the Ice Age, but it works really well in Armageddon deck. Not only just to stop the forest walk, but also, to deny mana. And there he goes, tapping my island during my turn. Second turn, another island. And nothing I can do. He takes damage from the Black Vice. He passes turn and then taps my island. I pass turn, nothing I can do with 1 land. He takes damage from the Black Vice. He passes turn and taps my island again. Second Black Vice. He takes damage from 2 Black Vices now. And there's a City of Brass on his side. There's a Savannah Alliance. He'll take 1 damage from the City of Brass. And he taps one of my islands during my turn. I have to discard, and that's a boomerang. He'll take damage from 2 Black Vices again. And he's at 6 life now. There's a Maze of Ith. And I tap his time vault with my twiddle, so he can't tap one of my islands down. There's a disenchant on one of the Black Vices. He takes 1 damage from the City of Brass. And attacks for 2. My turn. Now I have access to 2 lands. There's a Time Walk. And there's a Time Vault. And I pass turn. And he's only got 4 cards in hand, so he doesn't take any damage from the Black Vice. It's a disenchant. I think he's trying to decide what to target here. And he targets my time vault. And attacks for 2. He takes 1 damage from the City of Brass, and he taps my island during my turn. And pass turn. Strip mine. He plays the Erhnamgeddon. Erhnamgeddon. Me down to 4. He takes the damage from the City of Brass. I finally found another land, and there's a Howling Mine. And I twiddle his Erhnamgeddon. So now he's drawing 2. There's another Erhnamgeddon. Tapping City of Brass again, taking 1 damage. Puts him at 2 life. And he attacks with his Fan of Lions. Tapping 2 for a copy artifact on the Howling Mine. On his turn, he's drawing 2. 3, sorry, 3, because there's 2 Howling Mines. So this turn he'll have to play something, or else he will die next turn. I think he's got 6 cards in hand. And he'll take 1 damage from the City of Brass. And there's a Sarah Angel, and he attacks for 10. So it puts me at 2 as well. Now he's only got 4 cards in hand, so he's safe next turn. I found another land, and I'm Breaking Geysering him for 2, which means he's got to draw 2 cards now. Then I pass turn, and the Black Vice kills him. So I was a lot short on mana that turn, that game, but I was able to come back, luckily, because of the Black Vices, and I was able to get a Brain Geyser. Alright, second game. First turn, Maestro's Factory into a Soul Ring. My first turn, strip mine, the Maestro's Factory. Pass turn. There's a Plains. And pass turn. There's an island on my side. A forest. Two islands for a Time Vault. And there's a disenchant on the Time Vault. My turn, Tundra, and another Time Vault. Twiddle the Time Vault. Tap the Time Vault for an extra turn. There's a recall. Discarding a Boomerang. And he tried to play a disenchant there. Sorry for the mistake. He didn't realize he didn't have any white land. Or white mana available. Of course, I get my Twiddle back, and then I twiddle the Time Vault. And this is where I made a mistake. I was supposed to be able to use my Time Vault for an additional turn, but because of the error with the disenchant, I forgot if I had taken it or not when I was explaining to my son, so I actually missed a second turn there. And there was a disenchant and a counterspell. And that's the Time Elemental I put out as well. There's a land tax on his side. And there's a Stasis. And then I played a Time Twister right afterwards. Here I am, I'm helping him out, shuffling his cards for him. Here I am drawing my cards. I had to remind him that he doesn't get an untap step. There's a disenchant on my time vault again. So that's the third time he's disenchanted my time vault. Can't pay for stasis, so stasis goes away. I was going to use time vault to skip my turn and then get an additional turn, but because he disenchanted it, that ruined that plan. And discarding a Serendipity, sorry. And his turn lays down a Mox Pearl. And there's an Erhnamgeddon. The Swords to Plowshares on my time elemental. I'll gain 0 life. And there's another Erhnamgeddon. And he passes turn. There's a Time Vault. Black Vice. Twiddle the Time Vault. And tap for an additional turn. There's a Kismet. Twiddle the Time Vault. Tap for an additional turn. Now pass turn. He's only got 3 cards in hand, I believe. I boomerang and Erhnamgeddon back to his hand. He puts down a Sarah, but it comes into play tapped because of the Kismet. Counterspell the Sarah. Or I decided to counterspell the Sarah. And he's tapping for an Erhnamgeddon. But that comes into play tap because of the Kismet. And he attacks for 4. There's a boomerang again on one of his Erhnams. I'm just trying to prevent damage here now. He's got 4 cards in hand, so no damage from the Black Vice. There's a Sarah again. And a counterspell again. Or a counterspell this time. Sorry, I was having trouble getting the card up. There we go. And there's another Erhnam. Or the same Erhnam. But this time I have a counterspell for it. And he'll attack for 4. And there's a Stasis. Now he's got everything tapped down. So I have a Stasis Kismet lock going on. Pass turn again. To untap the Time Vault. My turn, pay a blue for the Stasis. Pass turn. There's a Plains, but it comes into play tapped because of the Kismet. My turn, or into his turn, Ancestral Recall. Pay a blue for the stasis. Lay down an island. Pass turn. My turn, pay a blue for the stasis, lay down an island. There's a mock sapphire. Copy artifact on the time vault. Pass turn, he takes damage from the black vice. There's a forest, but it comes into play tapped. Passes turn. My turn, pay a blue for the stasis. Then I'll pass turn, and he'll take damage from the black vice. There's a factory, but it comes to play tapped. My turn, I'll skip turn to untap my second time vault. He'll take damage from the black vice. He passes turn. I don't pay for stasis, so it goes away. I'll tap one of my time vaults for an extra turn. Control magic on his Erhnamgeddon. Tap the other time vault to take an additional turn. There's a second black vice. Attack was his own Erhnamgeddon. There's a time walk. And attack for 4 again. Count how many cards he got in his hand. There's a stasis back down. Pass turn, and he'll take damage from the two black vices. Then I'm just showing him I'm going to pass turn 2 more times, and he's dead anyways. All right, that's the end of game 3, or 2. Sorry. Now on to game 3. Starting out with a factory. My turn, Tundra. Activating the factory, attacking for 2. The strip mine on one of my islands, or sorry, strip mine in Tundra, and activating the factory. There's a forest. Activating the factory again. I'll take 2 more. Strip mine, targeting his factory. There's the Library of Alexandria. There's a surrender but free. Pass turn, he draws 1 card. He has 7 cards in hand now. Activates his library, so he gets an additional card. And there's the Swords of Plowshares on my surrender. So I'll gain 3 life there. And actually, that surrender should be removed from the game. There's a Pendlehaven. You tap it for a green, or you can tap it to give a 1/1 creature +1/+2. Looks like he's tapping 4 for a Icy Manipulator coming in. And he did activate his library that turn as well. Alright, my turn. Tap 2 for the Time Vault. Copy artifact on his Icy Manipulator. I'll twiddle my Time Vault, take an additional turn. There's a discard and a boomerang to get back, I think it was a twiddle. Yes, a twiddle the Time Vault. Take another turn. There's a Time Elemental. And for those of you not familiar with what a Time Elemental does, it's a 0/2 creature. If it blocks or attacks, it deals 5 damage to you, and it is removed or it is destroyed. But you can tap it 2 blues and 2 others, and tap that, and you return target permanent to its owner's hand. Alright, pass turn. He puts down a Birds of Paradise, and that is a reprinted Birds of Paradise. Sorry about that. And then there's a Lenoir Elves. Right now he's asking me if I can block with that, and I'm explaining to him if I do, I take 5 damage and it dies anyways. Alright, my turn. Howling Mine. There's a Lotus. And at the end of his turn, I'm going to tap his Icy Manipulator. So he's taking on a Sarah. So select the Lotus. And also an Erhnamgeddon. Very nice. Setting 4 for Control Magic on the Sarah Angel. I'm having difficulty picking the card up today. And pass turn. There's a Swords of Plowshares on the Sarah Angel. It's removed from the game. But I gain 4 life. There's a counterspell on the Erhnamgeddon that he tries to put out. And he's attacking for 4. And there's a Giant Growth. So he's attacking for 7 then. There's a Black Vice. There's a Felden Cane. And I'm using my Icy Manipulator to tap down his Erhnamgeddon. There's a Soul Ring. There's a Disenchant on the Black Vice. Looks like he's tapping for 1. Then his turn, I'm going to use 2 blues and 2 colorless to return Erhnamgeddon back to his hand. My turn, play a twiddle on the time vault. Tap it to take an additional turn. There's another black vice. I'm using the Ice Manipulator to tap the Howling Mine, so he only gets to draw 1 card. There's his Erhnamgeddon back down. And that's an Armageddon. That's a reprinted Armageddon, I'm sorry. So in response, I'm going to tap and use my time elemental, return Erhnam back to his hand so it can buy me some more time. And then all lands are destroyed. I'm going to go ahead and use my Felden's Cane so I can shuffle my lands back into my library, or actually my whole graveyard, but this will give me a better chance of actually drawing lands. And pass turn. Now he's got a Soul Ring, a Birds of Paradise, and a Lenore Elves out, so he's got plenty of mana. Or he's got enough mana to recast that Erhnam. My turn. I didn't draw any lands, so I have to pass turn. He's got a forest. And there's a second Erhnam. And he'll attack for 5. Finally got an island. I'll use my Icy Manipulator to tap one of his gens. There's a Disenchant. He's trying to decide what to disenchant. And I'm helping him out here. I say I'd probably disenchant the Time Vault. There's a fast bond. Doesn't really matter much right now, but there's a fast bond in play. Sorry for the glare. My turn. Draw 2. There's an island for an Ancestral Recall. Draw 3 more. I just couldn't find anything. I was trying to explain to him. I had a Stasis and a Twiddle. So if he hadn't disenchanted that Time Vault,